All right, real talk. We're going to have a real talk. Firstly, I'm pretty high. Not going to lie, it's late. It's 9 p.m. My life has dwindled down into nothingness in the last 4 days. I feel sad. I've processed. I've cried. I've recorded the album. If you've been here, it's been a process over the last 6 days, and I think it's coming to an end. And instead of forcing it, I go, okay, it feels like the correct time now. I think in a sense it's been a couple of things have happened. It's been difficult for the ex has been really offline for a month and clearly still using substances. That's been difficult. So it's just been difficult personally. So it felt like a double loss in a sense when at least even if I knew she was an hour away, she's always an hour away. It made it easier on the spirit. This just didn't make it easier. Anyway, the unknown doesn't make it easier. Then with Dad as well, I think the grieving is happening a bit later because we wouldn't speak sometimes for weeks on end and then call. So I think it's going to happen gradually over time for me where there's going to be those bits where I'm like, he's not around anymore. And then I get sad. Like I just thought about it then. So I think the grieving is like beginning, but it's weird. It's all encompassing. And I cry lots and I'll be listening to a song and then I'll cry. So it's been rough. It's been rough and been on processed foods, and second day of not working out. Full disclosure, second day of not working out. Massive problem for me. 2 days of not working out, that is like, whoa, we are in emergency stats. Emergency. So I spoke to a friend today for 3 hours. I better introduce her onto the scene. She is kind of a main character on my scene, so I think it's about time that she gets introduced. So I saw this girl when I was working with her, and we were seeing each other for about a year or so, but at the time our differences in family were large, and I was like, look, I'm happy to continue hanging out, but it's in a relationship, it's not enough. I need more. Maybe it was the age, we were different, but basically we continued seeing each other, but kind of fell for each other, but her more so than me, and I couldn't, I was just not in the space to consider a relationship where families were so different. So I guess I just didn't even have it as a definite, unsure. But as an overall, that's what it felt like. Anyway, so she's back on the scene, as in we're chatting, but I did stop chatting to her while I was in my other relationship, which is just this ex relationship. And it's turned out that we're in an interesting place maturity-wise. Mature, it's almost like a very different and brand new relationship, which is nice. Not a relationship, we're friends, but after speaking with her, I was able to write 4 or 5 songs that night. So she makes me feel pretty good about myself, unintentionally so. But all I can focus on is feelings, and she makes me feel better. Anyway, so today she gave me some, truths, because she was dealing with a breakup as well. And, I think in allowing me to fully vent, I'm able to go, you know what, maybe it's time to, if my current ex right now, if she calls and she goes, I'm so sorry, I'm getting clean today, yesterday, I'm already done, let's rekindle our relationship. It would probably start with a phone call every 2 weeks for half an hour, probably. That's probably where I'd be ready to go. So at least 6 months before a real relationship or anything like that, or a year, plus. So that's what it feels like. So in essence, or let's just go the next month. Is the next month anything going to happen? Well, no. So I think it's fine for me to get rid of my feelings and stuff, and I love you from a distance, and I hope but I'm going to have the courage to continue to, because it is just courage. It's courage to continue to be. It is courageous to be able to say, I'm going to still focus on me and not let this affect me any more than it needs to be. I love you and I hope this, and I'm still humaning for you. However, I cannot put my focus in there because that is not where you're at either. So, and begin to focus on just do what I need to do. I think, we know that if I work out and I challenge myself every day on a heavy level and we have progression on the rig, I feel better about myself. Fantastic. We need that complete. We've been in non-completion for a while. With father, with breakup, it's been non-completion. We need to complete this cut. Like, let's just be fucking real right here. We need to complete the cut. If we're not happy and we've completed the cut, well, at least the cut is now done. So now we only have less things to fucking do. We know that that's going to make the difference. It's going to make the difference. It's going to make the completion. We know, let's get the finances up. Let's begin the travels. Let's begin the travels while recording music. Fantastic. Okay, cool. And then you got social media that you're screwing around with. Cool. Screwing around with, growing, using as promotion. Cool. Working on it. So, and I don't know what that holds, but I was able to build a picture. I was maybe saying, because I'm like, I would like to be able to travel around for a month at a time, like a month in that city, then maybe come back here for a month in that city, a month, come back here for a bit. And then maybe second year or third year, that's when I just full-time travel, for example, or I have a home base in Los Angeles, not sure, something around there. But basically travel month by month, city by city, new vibration by new vibration. And with that new vibration, engulf myself in the scene, in the music scene. Gym, yoga is your community. So you've got the gym. When you go to the gym, everyone's looking after themselves. You usually find community quickly. Yoga, everyone's looking after their mental health and appreciates their body. Fantastic. Also great community. That two communities, as long as wherever you go, you've got those two communities, you don't feel too alone. You've got immediate people that you've got on hand. Immerse myself in the music scene in the evenings, in the like favelas or the dark underground scenes, and dance, explore. If there's substances, if there's not, like, let it move me, let it inspire me, experience. Then go back to the place, to the Airbnb, wherever staying, and record off these vibes. Like, actually get inspiration and then use that inspiration energy to create music and create, like, you'd go to Spain and create a Spanish album, and it would just be like, just phenomenal, basically. So, that would be super cool as a lifestyle on the road to stadium. So it's consistent creation, consistent new inspiration. And I was thinking, I'd like a feminine energy in there, but I don't know what type of feminine energy. So if we're looking at feminine energy, I always keep saying a muse. And then she brought up, it's like a groupie. So I want to have life look more like art. Like, if you're traveling around, you're surrounded in music, surrounded in a bubble, in a vibration, and you're trying to feel it out. If you've got your significant other, you want her to have also a feelings outlook on life. And, it's just got this, flavor about it. It's like, I can't explain it. It's nice to look at as a picture. It's like you've got Bonnie and Clyde in between in the world. Like, what are you? You don't even know what you are. You're just basically for a creative where you can just travel around, experience stuff and create music. I mean, that is just, superb. Like, superb. There is, wow. Like, wow, what else do you need? So that is something I'm looking into. And she goes, groupies. Well, groupies is like, it means that like, if you're not inspirational anymore, I can be like, look, it's time to go home, or maybe I need my alone space. Because a relationship begins to be like, you're in a relationship, and a relationship is different. It's like, it takes more intensity out of you, takes more things. And I was like, oh, maybe that is kind of what it was. And if I was looking at the dynamic of a submissive to a dominant before, maybe that is kind of how it works. Not sure, but the good thing about all of this is that I'm actually kind of accepting that, okay, there might be another future that exists as Andrew writes it, in Andrew's way. So, and it doesn't necessarily involve the ex. Not that I've built a future with the ex either, but, you know, I can see that lifestyle as being okay, not bad. Like, okay, that's an interesting beginning. Okay, and that lifestyle isn't actually far off for me to achieve, so I can also see that. It's like, okay, that's not far. So I literally just need to sit down and do. I need to sit down and do exactly what's needed to be done. And if it gets done, then great. Like, it will scale up kind of naturally, and I'll be able to explore that. So interesting overall as a feeling, but this is low. From tomorrow, we officially just rip the band-aid and we just lock in. We lock in and we vibe. We vibe. We're still happy, vibey, lock in, but we lock in music and we vibe, and we just remember that, you know, I caught myself laughing before. I was like, oh, I forgot. It actually all works out when you become the best. Like, it's not like, oh, it becomes hard. It's like, you know what? If you actually have a top tier physique, like in the top 0.1%, cool. That's really sorted, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference to social media, for example. It makes a difference. It makes a difference to how you feel about yourself. If you're actually the best in it, it's better. If you're like, okay, well, instead of playing with this small stuff, if you go smash it, and actually I scale my business times 10, and then it's like, oh, okay, it's actually just done. And then there's no real stresses. Like, I just have to get it done. So I have to kind of man up a little bit. Like, if we're being honest, I have to kind of man up and be like, you know what? It's time to plug the fuck in. Plug in, fuck your feelings. Your feelings are so strong. It's not fuck your feelings. So I've been worried about losing my feelings. My feelings are just very messy and intense, and they're not clear. So therefore, I can't use them as a good rudder, because they're not a good rudder at the moment. For now, the brain is going to have to be the better rudder. Rudder? Yes. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, because this is not how I intend my life to be. Whatever, my body needed to grieve, my body needed to do what it needed to do. We produced an album. We produced an unbelievable album from those emotions. Unbelievable. Like, just and a gorgeous experience as an overall. To just, within 5-6 days, just to get a whole album done, just a gorgeous experience overall. But because it was sad and raw, it was also very just turmoil, but it was really nice. So I can imagine that if you've got a week or two where an album gets created, or however it flows out, if you're there for a month at this new place, wherever you are in Spain, and like the first week it might not flow, something flows, or maybe it flows early but it doesn't flow late. I don't know how it works. I don't know how the feelings go, but anyway, I'm very excited. Not very excited. Nervous. I'm excited for the potential of what that looks like. So I just need to, I need to focus. I need to just focus. I need to just focus. This is downtime for Andrew. It's not competitive time. It's get to work time. It's just get to fucking work, man. shut the fuck up and get to work. Like, genuinely, let's go. Because, yeah, cool. Like, you're there. Like, it's given me everything. It's given me everything. It's like, I've also got, because an album will get released, that'll be 2 singles and an album. There's enough music there to promote stuff to to promote music in general. Like, there's actually something solid. It's not a fly-by-night, we made 1 track at a computer and thought we were cool kind of person. Like, there's something there. There's already something there. Fantastic. So I know what I need to do. I have all the vehicles I need to do. I just need to make sure that this guy, I'm looking after the CEO, the manager of this whole fucking ship. Actually, I need to treat myself like a business because I'm a fucking moron, basically. I am the person that runs the ship, so this person needs to be feeling fucking amazing about themselves and dialed in and hopeful. And he has to just continue doing the boring stuff for a bit. And that's fine. And that's okay. It's fine. No one's ever died doing boring stuff. So that's a big interesting problem with business and stuff. Once you actually figure out how to make the money or do whatever you're doing or your thing works, as a man or even as a female, our brains thrive on newness. Like, I've figured out this problem now. It's not exciting to me anymore. Yeah, this isn't the exciting bit. This is the bit where you just have to make sure that continues, that just continues happening. So that they continue making the business work. And you just do exactly what you did and you continue doing the same thing on repeat. That's it. That's all that business is. It's like you figure out how to make $10 a day. Now just do 100 of those per day. And that's $1,000 a day. And that's 30 grand. Like, that is essentially all that business is. But the fun bit is figuring out how to make the $10 first. Then maybe like how to do it a couple of times in a day, like maybe 5 times. But after then it's between 5 times or 100, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, cool. Anyway, now it matters. We're going to build a fucking life and it'll be good. It'll be better than what it is now. Road to stadium. I will feel better. I will feel better in myself, and I need to embody that. I'm obviously sad as fuck, so it's like whenever I release something, I'm just sad. It's like, it's hard. It's difficult. So we're going to look after the CEO. I'm going to look after myself. I give you my word, I will look after myself from here. And that's a pact between you and I, so I have to keep it. Maybe we should start that. Maybe I start that. The only people that I promise to, the only thing I promise to, or the only thing that I hold account to is this camera. You, literally. So anything I say. Anyway, I promise to look after myself tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. Not saying that it won't go, but, I promise to look after myself. Which means we're sober, we're doing the exercise, we're eating right, done. That's it. There's nothing else. No hoo-hoo, ha-ha, hurrah signs around it. That is all we're doing, so we're doing that. Happy birthday. Good. Happy with that, Andrew? Yes, happy with that. Fantastic, thank you. Alright. I love you very much. Have the best evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. We're going to calm the feelings down and we're going to get more into action, okay? We need an action persona right now, so we're going to bring an action persona with a bit of bad boy energy around it as well, and that's it. Love you. Peace. I'll see you tomorrow.